Hello, it's Psyche, and this is just gonna be a quick, short video um, on Thanksgiving. And some of you saw that I posted a poll if you guys wanted to see me make a video talking about why Thanksgiving is bad. A lot of people said yes, and it's good to know that the majority was yes. And so, where to begin? First of all, if you're black and you're watching this, congratulations. You're still alive. You're doing great. You're looking gorgeous, queen or king, or them. Thing? Thing? I'm just making stuff up words because I don't want to be, you looking cute, little thing over there. But if you are black and you are celebrating a holiday that was made popularized as a pilgrim's first harvest, celebrated with harmonious natives and such. But guys, really? Colonists, the white men that came and enslaved both natives, mind you, that was a whole genocide, okay? And enslaved black people? And you're really being like, yeah, this is a national holiday that we must celebrate every single year, cook up a feast. But guys, do you realize that there's two different sides of this, okay? Thanksgiving is such a holiday to be gluttonous, right? But natives, they don't get fresh food as much. Most of them, that's like, they deal with hunger, they deal with famine, they don't have access to fresh food like we do. They don't have the resources or the space or their land, basically. This holiday that's supposedly to celebrate a good harvest, good first harvest. Mind you, there are harvest festivals all around the world in multiple different cultures. And thinking about it, none as like degrading, okay? Because natives also had harvest celebrations. Of course, like if you know basics about any third world culture, as someone else would call it, I guess, is tribal cultures, as I would prefer to call it. Aboriginal cultures usually have rituals and rites for these things. Literally, like, everybody has heard of the fact that people would dance for a rain god, you know? This isn't new. This isn't because, oh, some white man came and, yeah, now it's a thing. No. These this is a cultural practice that has been around far longer than any of us has been, far longer than colonizers colonized America, okay? Is a good harvest is worthy of celebration. That makes sense, okay? But what are we giving thanks for? Because this story is just all made up. We were taught that, and I remember this explicitly being in school, and people would dress up as pilgrims and Indians, right? We'd make the little paper bands with the feather sticking up out of it. Cultural appropriation to its finest, mind you. Shortly after the natives were murdered, and they weren't invited in the first place. They weren't invited to Thanksgiving. And then fast forward, these people have been kicked out of their lands. There have been wars. Diseases spread, really relevant to today, you know. It's almost like a white person in office was just like, disease isn't that serious, you know. And then countless people are dying now over a disease that the higher ups believe wasn't that serious, you know. But it's whatever, you know. It's whatever. This Thanksgiving, many black families are probably getting together, or not. You know, some may be really upset that they're not able to get together. But those who are probably cooking gluttonous amounts of food. And this isn't good for us, guys. It's not good to be eating or producing such vast amounts of food, because I remember growing up, we'd have Thanksgiving left over to like Christmas every year. Don't nobody need that much food? Even if it was feeding a full family, don't nobody need that much food? Imagine eating macaroni and cheese for weeks. Nothing but that. Just, and I'm not saying, like, in small amounts, this would be a pretty decent thing to eat, you know? Like, some mac and cheese, collard greens, and turkey. That's a meal, right? Yeah. But the vast amounts of this that we consume is not good for us. And Thanksgiving makes it, okay. This whitewashed holiday makes it okay to go out and cook in excess and plumping everyone up because tossing around food, you know, it's a good harvest. You know, it's a good harvest while natives sit and face starvation or something. Like, really, guys? There are people who don't even get to eat, and we have this holiday where literally it is impossible to function on these holidays because my mom tried to get McDonald's, okay, and couldn't. Like, shame for the people who don't celebrate, shame for the people who can't cook, shame for the people who don't have a family. And this whole giving thanks is a disguise, but there's so much going on. What are we thankful for? Who are we thanking? Because our country's out of whack. There's no real civil equality. Women's rights have been threatened for the longest now. Black rights. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. But, you know, if you can scrap up some thoughts about what you're grateful for, maybe try also taking in consideration the natives that have been kind of, how do I say this? Because it's like someone just covers it up. Teehee. Let's just dress up as them and dance around because they don't actually exist or something. You know, it's like they really, it's whitewashed. It really is. Celebrating a harvest, understandable. But none of us are farmers. None of us have reaped this land that I know of. If you are a farmer, congratulations. You celebrate that good harvest, okay? There you go. You know, if you are a native and you have control over the land and you choose to go out and be one with the land as, you know, as your culture is, and you manage to get a good harvest, you celebrate because that's just how things work with your culture. And I'm not saying like that's any specific culture or instruction, but I'm saying that's how that would be, you know. But most of us just take this as an excuse to eat, and it's ridiculous because this is a white man's, a colonizer's holiday. And sure enough, black people are going to sit and tell you that this is a tradition and that if you can't cook, blah, 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 and all this. But we are really cooking to celebrate a holiday that colonists sat down and said, no, not even colonists sat down. White man sat down and said, this is a national holiday. Lincoln said, this is a national holiday. And they made up a good story to say, everybody gets along. And I'm not saying, like, natives and colonizers didn't have some good relationships, but this is not one of them, okay? This was followed by genocide, okay? This is different from the French-Indian trades, where they actually tried to just coexist, to trade, okay? This is, no, we settled down we reap the land. And you guys were in the background somewhere, so there's your inclusion. Is it really such a great holiday? You tell me. What do you think about this? If you're a black person, tell me what you were thankful for. What has this country done for you? If you could give me one good point, that's good. But personally, I will not settle for it. Didn't celebrate it this year, breaking the tradition. In fact, my fuck tradition collection is finished. I will be going through editing, and I'm sorry, my rats don't want to fit over there. Going through editing it, so the designs will all be available to purchase. You can get them on shirts, you can get them on hoodies, you could get them on like stickers, magnets, mugs. I might even make one or two designs available as socks. All these different little things, you know. I will be using threadless.com to sell these things because I feel like that's a really good, cool site to use, especially for artists. It was super simple to start up, so I'm working on it, gonna finish it up. Boom, I'll have it out for you, and I'll keep you updated. If you haven't already, please follow my Instagram account. I'll link it at the end of this video and in the description. And that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to say that this is a tradition that I feel like it should die, because we give no attention to the natives. We really are squatting in on a tradition that most likely originates in their culture. The celebration of harvest. Most likely native cultures. In my opinion, there's no way that this isn't their thing, you know? I know African tribes do have practices similar. I know that all over different older cultures, though, it's older cultures that these are taken from, and our pagan holidays you have stolen from the white man has stolen from us. But definitely do your research, look into things. Look at the injustices done against people of color. Look at the justices done against Aboriginal people and natives. And just take a look around you and think, what are we really thankful for? I feel like if we're black, we should be thankful that we're still alive. If you're a woman, thankful that we still have rights. Barely. Personally, I'm never gonna settle, and I'm gonna keep looking for change, and I hope you will too.